I've been getting served promoted content for days, and I finally clicked on the frickin' article so you don't have to. I'm a 63 child free, and my friends weren't there for me when I needed them. I haven't paid into a private pension and can go for weeks without speaking to anyone face to face. Who will look after me in my old age? What kind of fucking pronatalist propaganda is this? She had a health scare and she had to attend the hospital stuff alone because her friends and her sisters were busy. And she wanted someone to hold her hand because she was bouncing off the walls with anxiety. And when the medical event turned out to be just a scare, she had the stark realization that my friends weren't really there for me when it counted, and that I was utterly alone, and it was an unpleasant wake-up call. Lady, you've had 63 years to find some decent friends. She is from the UK, and therefore why didn't she pay into a pension program? Anyway, this woman goes on to say, like many women, I always expected to get married and have children, but that never happened. When I was in my late 30s and most of my friends had kids, I would shoot them pitying glances as they wiped off baby sick and tried to pacify a screaming infant. I was young, pretty, with thick brown hair and full cheeks, and I was unfettered and free in my unconventional life. She goes on to say something like, now my cheeks are sunken, I'm an old maid. And she literally says, as a childless, unmarried woman of 63, I find it difficult to admit how I'm terrified of ending up alone and being eaten by cats. Who wrote this? And if you were a real cat lover, you would be so happy if your cats ate your face, you wouldn't care. I work alone, I live alone, I don't know a soul on the block of flats where I live. Shopping is done alone, the supermarket checkout is now a row of automated machines. I can go for weeks without speaking to anyone face to face. Friends talk about the new women-only co-housing developments that are springing up in London and beyond, which is a communal living situation. I would rather chew off my own arm than spend time in an estrogen-only commune. Bitch, you are 63. You don't want to live with other women? You haven't made any friends in your community? In the block where you live, you don't know anybody? And you're not making any effort to change that? And she has so much anxiety about health issues and being alone for them? That's what therapy is for. Get on some antidepressants and call it good. We're all alone in the end. And having kids is not a guarantee they're going to show up for you in the hospital anyway, just like your friends and your sister.